The average college student at the University of Denver lives in the dorms, whereas most students at public universities, such as Colorado State University, live off campus in their own house or apartment. While living in the dorms or as a commuter student from home is a requirement for the first 2 years of college at DU, it is only a 1-year requirement at CSU. And while many choose to live in the dorms as upperclassmen at DU, it is not necessarily an option for students at CSU, as the dorms are primarily reserved for freshmen.
How do I feel about the dorms at DU? Well, I feel that they are rather small, very expensive, and for the most part unpleasant.
I mean, I had a bad experience personally, but other than that, it was really nice just for the convenience factors.
The freshman dorms are horrible, but as you get into the more upper class dorms, they get a little bit nicer, but they're still very small, cramped, and overpriced.
While most at DU have the option of living in the dorms all throughout their time at DU, most CSU students are immediately learning to pay the bills, wash the dishes, and live in a place of their own as just sophomores in college. Do you like living in an apartment better than your dorms?
Definitely. It's more of like a freedom, and I don't know, I'm not so much worried about like having my music too high after a certain hour or like have to be somewhere at a certain time. It's more of an independent feeling. It was a decent price as well as nice. I don't know, it was in a nice like community like area, so I wouldn't have to worry about people partying like right next door to me and it being like extremely loud to where I couldn't sleep. Unless I find a couple of people to get a house with. I mean, an apartment's probably the best pick. I feel like everybody, once they live with someone for a while, kind of picks out little things that make them mad.
I wouldn't want to get stuck randomly with people I've never met and have to live with them. Ultimately, the living space is undesirable, and 9 times out of 10 you have to share it with somebody else. If I didn't get along with a roommate once, I doubt I'd ever room with them again, if at all possible. I honestly believe that the reason many students choose to live in the dorms after their requirements are met is because of how simple it is to just remain living in the dorms. You don't have to look for new housing. It's the easy route.